Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another stream. I think it's the fifth one, actually. It's been a full month of stream on SteamTown, and yes, it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back. Honestly, we're not on SteamTown just yet. We're about to go there, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you all on this fine Wednesday afternoon. The first one of my 25th year on this earth. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Let's see. Let me pause that. Hello, Rippy. Hello. Every time I struggle to say elephant. Elephant Puppet, hi. Hello, 123 Park. Hello Hendrik, hello Shane, hey Displos, hey EK Freels, hey .net, hey Wonky Builder, hey Urlauber, hey The Sport Stooge, welcome. Happy birthday. Wait, yeah, I suppose that works for sure. Alright, so we have quite a lot to do in this I was about to say in this episode, but no, in this in this stream today. So what we've done in the, quarter of a century of Yan BK, it's crazy stuff. So much has happened during those 25 years, and I hope that the 25 years that are to come will be as good, just as good, and just as eventful as well. Anyway, so, yeah, what we have to do today, as you know, we've completely finished the what's it called, the atrium, I suppose. I think Fog was calling it that. I was more calling it the lobby. So, you know, we have the gift shop here. I wish I were on PC, honestly, and oh, I forgot, by the way. Let's set up a little goal. Let's say 5, because we didn't make it to the other one last time. 5, set a timer, let's say 3 hours, and help me buy my PC. Speaking of that, by the way, I have a bit of an announcement to make about this. Nothing too fancy, honestly. Why am I not... Oh, there we go. And start go. Not that I will be able to buy it right away. I wish that was the case, but no. Unfortunately, I still have some ways to go. But that's kind of related, and I'm kind of annoyed by the fact that it's taking forever. So I'm kind of taking matters into my own hands, and I might get a little job for the remainder of the year, and that might mean that I will, and the chat is already acting up on my screen. Hold on, let me deactivate that. So that might mean that the uploads and such will be even more sporadic than they are these days. Truth is, I'm really not motivated to work on anything at the moment because I feel like I'm holding back so bad. And I really need a PC like right now, right this instant. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. So I will try to get a job for at least until the end of the year. I have something in mind for that, something that's not too far away from where I live. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Regardless, we still have the streams planned until the end of August. I will definitely do that, but don't be mad at me if I do less streams and less videos in the near future because of it. You will, of course, get a video explaining that in the future, but for those of you who are here tonight, there we go. This is kind of my plan, and at least you'll be able to see me do larger projects and better projects as a result fairly soon. I would hope like early 2026, because I genuinely cannot go on console. It's so annoying. Just trying to think about the complexity meter and everything. It's really ruining my brain. And I feel like I felt that for a little while now, but I really do feel not really burnt out. This is not the word that I'm looking for, but definitely I don't really have the word. Creatively, I crave more, essentially. So yeah, that's the plan. Let me catch up with the chat because I don't have the pop-ups now. Hey, Creations MC, welcome. Just grab one and be fast enough. It's not free. If I was rich, you would have a PC right now, but sadly I'm not. Yeah, if I were rich, so would I. Yeah, for sure. Hey Yano, welcome to the stream. I'm so excited that the PC collection fun will multiply by potentially 3 times. Yeah, that's the thing. If I get a job, which I hope I will, it's a fairly easy job to get. It's gonna be quite a bad one. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna really destroy me physically and mentally, probably. And that's why I'm probably gonna step away from YouTube for a few months. Again, this is not certain yet. I do want that. I do want to do that because I think it will help the growth of the channel over time, and I think it will be a nice investment for the remainder of the year. But do expect less content during that. But I obviously will warn you in advance so that, for example, channel supporters will be able to cancel their subscription because you don't want to pay me in without having the content that I provided to you until now, and that sort of stuff. This is not yet happening, but it will happen fairly soon. I hope. So we'll see. I'm only in the starting blocks for that decision. So we'll see. I only thought about it today, essentially. Yeah, we have our toilets here that we've not done on stream. Actually, we've done the gift shop 3 or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. And then we have, oh yes, of course, the working entrance gates, and then the little aeropods are changing rooms. So speaking of the aeropods, I kind of want to change something here because I kind of want to put some I don't know, towels and that sort of stuff on the hangers here. Mythology, yeah, they switched that around to make it alphabetical order, you know, things like that essentially. So I'm just going to turn off add to building because that's not relevant for what I'm building at the moment. I've done a little bit on Bellefleur at the beginning of the week, but honestly, I'm absolutely devastated by the fact that I have to minimize my vision, like make it smaller if I were to go on console. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Let me go all the way back in my couch and let's get building. So 2 things that we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a little bit of this at the beginning of the stream. Not much, obviously. We're gonna be done in about 10 minutes, I would say. And after that, we're going to work on... I don't know if you were there a few weeks ago when we started planning the lobby area, or basically the place we're in right now. But what I did was put some, you know, blocks and text and ideas everywhere. That's kind of what we're going to do for the layout of our full park, our full water park. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to cut the lazy river, just because the lazy river is going basically where the I'm gonna explain that in a second anyway. But you'll see why I might cut the lazy river, even though it would look cool, really cool. So yeah, that's something that I will have to cut. Not because of the percentage. Percentage-wise, we're only at 14%, which is quite right for where we're at the moment. Even though we still have a few things to do, but it's gonna be a relatively small project regardless. What about this? Oh, this is weird. I don't like this. About that? Bit too neat. About this? No tie. It should work. Don't worry, I'm not gonna keep him red. I'm gonna change the. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I'm gonna change the color in a second. I just want to place them all and then just do the colors. Oh my goodness, I'm such a bad YouTuber. I'm so sorry. Hendrik, thank you so much for the 5 gifted membership. Let me add you to the investors board again, I believe. Whoa, what did the camera do here right then? Are you here somewhere? I don't think so. I think you've given something during the birthday stream the other day. So let's copy this. There we go. Hendrik, 5 subs. Thank you so much, Hendrik. That is very nice of you. I would love to be rich. Wouldn't we all? Like, genuinely. Hey, Ian, are you now thinking about canceling the VIP membership plan? No, definitely not. It'll just come by way later than I hoped. Than I'd originally hoped. In the sense that I thought that I was going to be able to do that fairly recently, because I only have 2 episodes of Bellflower on console to do until the end of the first season of Bellflower, and then we'll move on to other stuff. And perhaps with my mental state at the moment and where I'm at, that Bellflower will take far longer than I'd originally anticipated, and I will still introduce the VIP membership because I feel like a lot of people among you guys are members, not members, channel supporters. I hate the term members because you're all members. But yeah, the VIP supporter thing. Sorry, I'm about to burp. There we go. You didn't hear a thing. And what was I saying again? Yeah. The VIP supporter thing will definitely be introduced, but just later and at the end of Bellflower, essentially, because it's kind of I like to think that it's a call to action, you know, to encourage people to become more and support me more, essentially. There we go. Let's say that's all right. I just wanted this place to look a little bit messier. Ooh, that's nice. That's a nice color. PC4BK, yeah, for sure. For sure. You got a membership and you weren't in live. Yeah, that's totally normal. That's just because the way it works, I think I figured it out, is that you just have to be a subscriber to be given a gift and membership. But that's cool. Welcome to the live stream. I want a blue one here. There we go. This one's gonna be gray. No, gray is gonna be... Let's make it dark, like this. Yeah, that works. They're like shorts. Those are towels. Let's make this one pink. I think it works well. We could put some inflatables as well, but I think it would crowd the thing a little bit too much. Ultimately, it's just a portal into the park, the changing rooms that we have here. I'm a little annoyed at the fact that it's not exactly realistic. Like, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 changing rooms, which is just not enough for a real one. But hey, it is what it is. And yeah, we'll keep this one red, but make it bright red. Or red and white. Yeah, that's not bad. White, there we go. I mean, you can start by buying mouse and keyboard and use them on PS. I don't buy a PC for the controls. I can build very fine on a console. Thank you very much. It's just that I really need to expand the possibilities of what I can build, and by that I mean just get rid altogether of the complexity meter. It's just a pain in my ass. It's been one, I've said ass, that's okay. It's been one for the longest time, and I want to get rid of it ASAP. Oh, this one looks like the towel I use when I go to pools or water parks. That's cool. So yeah, I don't really want to get the whole shebang without having the PC first. The PC should come first, and the rest after. I've already used that color. Let's make it green and yellow. Oh, that's ugly, but hey, sometimes people wear ugly things. Not sure, to be honest. My bank account doesn't really be quite filled for something like this. Here in a couple of weeks due to festivals and concerts. Yeah, I bet for sure. So yeah, there we go. We have our little, I don't know, towels, speedos, whatever, swimwear in general. I think we've missed one on this side. Let's have another one, like a red one, you know. Perhaps here. We should have some on the not the floor, the bench actually. It's just cluttering, you know. Cluttering is a massive part of building parks, not a massive part of building parts. And yeah, something like this. And let's make it red. There we go. See you, Shane. I've got my exam results day tomorrow. Please give me luck. This has nothing to do with luck. This has to do with whether you studied or not. Oh, we could put caps as well. I forgot we have those. Is there a prop sets? Inflatable foot prop. Car. No, we don't really have that, do we? Can I say like hats? Will it understand? It will. Perfect. You know, we can have like hats hanging. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think the hanger is a little bit too big, but that's fine. It's gonna be hidden by the cap. And shirts as well. Let's use another cap on the other end. Hat Viking, hat resort. Yeah, a red one is not bad. Like something here. Shirt, perhaps? Like a Viking shirt? Something like that? Let's get a Queen Splash one here. It's somehow a little trickier. Yeah, that works. That even looks like a bag from here. And one thing I really wanted is... Wait, hold on. I think there's a category for that. Yes, look at this. Okay, I wanted this. Oops. Please generate on top of this. Thank you. Here. And there we go, perfect. A little bit more crowded and a little bit more lived in, so that's absolutely great. Now every time I see a bright teal towel, I will assume Jens there. Honestly, mine is a bit faded because it's like, I don't know, 15 years old, something like that. It's, you know, those microfiber towels from Sports Place. That's what it is. Although I rarely put it in the open. So if you see the towel, it means that you're in the locker with me, which I don't want, so please leave. Not the stream. Stay in the stream. Stay in the stream. You know what I mean. It was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. Anyway, so yes, we're done with this. It's just something I've noticed, but I haven't taken the time to do it on my own. Hey, welcome Brice, welcome Marilyn, welcome Cyril as well. Just turned my PC back on and apparently I got a gifted membership. Yes, you have been gifted a membership from Hendrik. Okay, bye. No, stay, we love.net. Forgot to say I've been listening for a minute. Godspeed on the job, even though I miss you. Yeah, don't worry. I'll still be here. The best way to interact with me while I'm starting the job, and if I do start the job, if I'm hired, will be to be a member on the Discord. Links in the description as always. But yeah, I should still be here. I should still do streams every now and then when I want to. I'll just do way less on the YouTube channel for about I want to say 4 to 5 months, maybe 6. We'll see. I just really wanted to speed up the process of getting a PC. Oh, an umbrella should be good. We're in the UK after all. Let's see. No, I definitely want it on the bench here. It's flying a little bit, so let's lower it. There we go. How's everyone doing anyway? I've not really asked that since the beginning of the stream. Everyone all right? I'm kind of having the post birthday weekend sadness that is starting to kick in because I've had such a great weekend between the Wallaby day out the other day. What else? The restaurant with my family, the birthday stream that we did on Saturday, and also seeing my friends, some that I hadn't seen for a little while. One that has just come back from Taiwan last month, which is absolutely crazy, and I've missed her so much. How about that for clutter? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. What was that about? This content for 5 months? Did I miss something? Yes, you weren't there at the beginning of the stream when I talked about basically trying to get a temporary job to speed up the getting a PC process. I'm just fed up. Basically, I think it's noble of me to want to try to gather the money from YouTube because that's very honest and everything. But I feel like if I do that, I will not be able to buy the full package of a PC, screen and what have you, until like the end of 2026, if not 2027. So let's, make things work and be a go-getter for once and try to get a job for that will be painful for a few months, but I think it's worth it, especially because I'm starting to not only get fed up of the percentage, but also like kind of being in a paralysis the same way I was in a paralysis with Bar for a little while at the very end. So yeah. I'm laughing. Well, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Makes sense. How much does the job pay you, if you don't mind me asking? I think it's 13 euros an hour. I'm not entirely sure how much I would be doing that through. I haven't applied yet. Essentially, it's just something that I had to talk about with a lot of people, including my mom, who I'm living with, because it will change a few things for us. Namely the amount of taxes that we have to pay because I live here. So yeah, but essentially that'll be something. Fed up of console? Not exactly. No, I'm not fed up of a console. I still love console. I'm just fed up of Planet Coaster on console. I love my console. I do everything on my console. I watch films. I play games, play masterpieces like Clair Obscur that you're playing through right now, Brice. So yeah, very much fed up of having to limit myself. You know, for example, if I had a PC, I would be able to build a whole street, if not a whole part of London here, which I cannot do right now. Like I would not just focus on the SteamTown building, which we are about to do because I've waffled on about this for way too long now. So the way we're going to do this is that we're going to try and I don't actually know if I'm totally honest. So let's, yeah, use the middle here and try to define a perimeter which will be the warehouse that this park is built in or from, I suppose. Well, both, technically. Hey Fog, welcome back to the channel, supporters. Nice to see you with the green name again. And the little icon as well. I've also looked at debuting some merch. Not the merch that I thought I was gonna be able to debut. You know, a while ago I was talking a lot about the tiny yens. This is still a project, but it's quite on hold at the moment. I would like to start with something a little more. I don't want to say generic. It will still have my flair and my flavor. You know what I mean? The Yen BK flavor, which is a weird thing to say. I hope nobody has tasted me. But yeah, what am I saying? You get my meaning. It'll have my personality, which is, I realize, quite weird. Good to know you're sorted, Fog. Thank God someone finally uses snap distance. It's my favorite thing in the game. Yeah, snap distance has always been a thing in Planet Coaster console, so I'm very much used to building with that feature. I think this is decently sized. Let me just check. Maybe like add 8 more meters on each side. Let's get rid of the height marker. By the way, I did some testing earlier today regarding the height markers and what kind of height we would need if we needed a slide, and we're definitely going to be able to build something a little smaller than this. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to add you, Fog. Hold on. There we go. We'll use Blue Jay. And I'll say you're a returning supporter. Ah, I see the problem. Returning. There we go. Supporter. Select those two, and voila. Thanks again, Fog, for becoming a channel supporter again. NBK ice cream. Can you imagine that? What kind of PS do you have? I have a PS5 digital edition. Used to be a first edition. Now I think I have the second batch because my first edition kind of I don't really know what happened to the first edition that I had, if I'm honest. It's kind of a mystery. They never told me what. But basically, it kind of died on me in 2023, I think. And got sent another one because the other one was unrepairable. Which is sad. I would have loved to have kept the original. You know, it has, I don't know, value to my eyes. Okay, so that's the 20, 24, 28, 32. Hey Kebab, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. So was it 32, 36, and let's say 40. There we go. And now the last thing to do is copy all this. This might be a slightly shorter stream than I'm used to. Okay, so 32 times 4 is 126 meters, I think. Let me just make sure that's true. 32 times 4 is 28, my bad. No, it definitely wasn't planned obsolescence. It was only a year and a half years old. Oh, wait, yeah, no, something like that. Like it was pretty young still, and the one I have currently has definitely outlived that one. So no, it's kind of a mystery to me, honestly. But it is what it is, and at least they definitely did the nice move and said, "Do you want a new one?" And I said, obviously yes, for a lesser price, obviously. I think I got the new one for like 150 euros, something like that. Hey Mineral, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. So yeah, so we have our shape. I kind of want to move all of that out of the way. There we go. Put the height marker away as well. I mean, how does it feel if I'm here? It feels small. So that's 40. maybe a bit more depth. Let's see. Let's say 48. Let me put the hatch away. There we go. Yeah, I think it's quite reasonable. It's gonna be a really compact park, right? It's there might be a few slides that go out here or on the other side here to, you know, make sure that we use our space as much as we can. But yeah, no, otherwise it's pretty much how big I think the thing is going to be at the end, which is a decent size for a mini water park. And it's all going to be themed and immersive, so that's going to be interesting. Let me do a quick save, and let's get planning. Right, so, the thing that I was saying earlier with the lazy river is, where's the pool? There it is. So no, that's not what I want. This is what I want. So essentially, my original plan was to have the lazy river go right here. Problem is, if I do that, the wave pool is kind of going to be hidden away, because that's what I was planning from the start, kind of have the view from the wave pool. Or I could still have the wave pool, but have the lazy river hidden by, I don't know, some sort of path or something like that, which also could be a solution, you know. Like have some sort of tunnel or something. But then again, I think functionality-wise or realism-wise, I suppose, we would have the motors for the wave machines right here, so we'd have to have something that's thick enough to have those, which are quite sizable machines. So I don't know. Originally I thought that they would be in the SAF area underneath here, that we're not going to build obviously, but you know, right underneath here. And just have the wave come from this little glass, window structure that we have here. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure whether I want to do that. What are you guys' thoughts actually on that? I definitely like the laser river idea, but I'm not entirely sure whether. Well, hold on. Let me try and quickly draw the pool so you guys can have an idea of what I want to do. Something like this-ish. Maybe more on that side. Let's use the edit tool. Yeah, more of that size, really, if not more. Where are my my guys? I think they're here somewhere. Yep, there they are. Let's see. Let's put them in the pool. Yeah, it's kind of a tiny wave pool. I really wanted the lazy river mineral because the interesting thing is that I would have had a section around here in the park that would have been a sort of dark area, you know. I found a name actually for our areas, so let's reveal that to you guys. Where am I? There I am. So let's use some signs to plan this. So yeah, so this first area is going to be called Black Harbor. This is the one that I've teased with the wall art that you've seen a few episodes, a few streams, not episodes ago. There we go. So this here is going to be Black Harbor. This thing, Black Harbor. So we have to have a restaurant somewhere here. This is not the final shape of the pool, by the way. I'm probably gonna delete that. I have to talk slower, otherwise it's never gonna work. So this is Black Harbor. Let's make it far bigger, like 250. There we go. Then on this side, we're going to have, let me use my notes. So on this side is the shipyard, which is going to be where all of our airships are built. And this is where I kind of want to have a... what's it called? A splash pad. There we go. A splash pad for kids. And this is where our water coaster is probably going to be as well. And then we have our dark section, which is going to be called Alchemic Alley. Whoops. Alchemic Alley. There we go. Which is going to be our weird science experiment place. And I really want to have the lazy river run through it, knowing that above ground is our village. You know, kind of like a steampunk shanty town on stilts, if you will. Dark area. There we go. So yeah, those will be our free area. The only one that's subject to change, especially regarding the name, is the shipyard. I'm not entirely sure whether I like it or not. We'll see, honestly. Everything is subject to change, but especially that area. I just have really, really good ideas regarding the water coaster and something, a trap... well, maybe 2 trapdoor slides, we'll see, but at least 1 trapdoor slide that is dropping from a Zeppelin, essentially, which is going to be really interesting, if I do say so myself. Anyway, so, kind of like the one at Rulantica. Yes, exactly. Exactly. The one at Rulantica. Well, Rulantica is a massive inspiration for this park. So we have this. I also want a small pool. That's not a pool. Do we have... Yes, we do. Awesome. So let's say a small pool here. This is not the correct depth. Yeah, I'm still figuring things out. I'm probably going to work on, yeah, wading pool, shallow. Let's try shallow. Yeah, shallow is really what it's describing it to be. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's leave it at that for now. Yes, water. Water is finally in the water park. It's temporary water, but it's water nevertheless. And this is going to be Lazy River, but I know I'm going to remember that. So technically, we're not going to have a lot of pools, guys. Although I should put some sort of adult pool around here somewhere to, have some swim up bar. I know a lot of people are doing this since the beginning of the game, so that might be interesting to do. Nice idea, Fog. To have some sort of steam machine powering the waves. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to theme this facade that's going to be here as if this is the bin lorry. I was so scared by the bin lorry for a second. I kind of themed this as a power station. Thank you, bin lorry, for completely. That's fine. I hope you guys don't hear that, honestly, because it's so annoying to hear that every single Wednesday. But it is what it is, and I thank them for picking up my trash. But yeah, imagine like a sort of cylindrical structure going in the in the pool here, and some water effects coming out of it. Kind of like a hydroelectric barrage, which is a weird thing because technically, if I do that, this will be my second hydroelectric barrage that I do in Planet Coaster 2. Oh, by the way, I haven't told you guys, but today I've crossed 2,000 hours on Planet Coaster 2, which is a crazy number, knowing the game is, I want to say, 9 months old, something like that. It's a baby. It's still a baby. Excited to see what the steampunk wave pool looks like in Jan's mind. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You can customize the depth later. Okay, that's cool. I can hear it. We got our bin day today as well. That's the ambience. Perfect time to start building machines. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose. Probably not in this episode. We're not really gonna do a lot of actual building in this episode, if I'm totally honest with you guys. I'm probably just gonna play with my words and my shapes. I like to use basic shapes here and there to make sure things are where they're supposed to be. So, for example, this one is going to be wave pool, which I don't have in my suggestions yet. So you guys seem to be really into the lazy river. So just in case, I'm going to leave a lazy river here. Honestly, it could be a really nice idea to make the lazy river go through the hydroelectric barrage, and so they have some water effects and everything. I think, yeah, that's actually a really cool idea. So I think I'm gonna try to do something like that. We could use that piece to make it go inside, and I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely something to do here. Let's make sure that we remember that idea. Lazy river, hydroelectric. Yeah, I already have that word. Barrage. It's a dam. Yeah, you guys call it a dam. Why did I say do you guys understand barrage, by the way? If I say barrage? It's not usually what it's called in English, is it? There we go. Then, around here, I want something really special that's really inspired by Europa Park. Again, even though, you know, technically everything is already inspired by Rolantica, this one is very inspired by Europa Park, and this is a Tesla Tower slide? Let's call it spiral slide. Spiral body slide, yeah. And just after that, I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break. Spiral body slide. Ah. Okay, spiral slide is fine. Not enough room in the sign. There we go. So I'm gonna leave the camera, as always, in the toilets. There we go. And I'll be with you guys in about 2 to 3 minutes, I want to say. Don't worry, I haven't fallen down the toilet hole. Please stop counting, Wonky Builder. That was literally like the most stressful crap I've ever had with Wonky Builder counting down the minutes. That's not true. Oh my goodness. Do I tell you this story? I think I should tell you this story. So, you know, for those who were around at this time, like a long time ago, actually, about 2 years ago, when I took Corvus to Parc Astérix. At one point, I just had to go as well, and not 4:30. I think I was back at 3:30. To be fair. Wait, my mic is my mic is on. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, I really had to go. But one, it was so hot that day. Two, there is no hanger for in the toilets of Parc Astérix, so I had to keep my bag on. Yes, literally my bag on, but like not on my back. I had it at the front, so it was the weirdest thing ever. And finally, I hate public toilets. I never go take a crap at a public toilet. I literally have a phobia of that. So so I literally just like squatted over the toilet, and that was the most awkward, stressful I cannot say that word, crap I've ever taken. Angers on toilets, that's a thing. It is a thing. Where people like care about humans, I suppose. Right, lazy river here. Usually lazy rivers are like loops, aren't they? So I suppose I have somewhere where I should like here, put like an entrance to the lazy river. Let's maybe put those two poles a little bit further. Say here. You guys can hear me, by the way. Like, I'm just making sure because I'm not sure if you can. All right, and then most importantly, loud and clear. Okay, thank you. I got scared for a little bit. So here we're going to have our lockers. There we go. Then here we'll have showers. I really have a good idea with showers, so I really want to try that. Maybe not this. And I kind of want to put some dryers in the lockers because I did a guest test with pools and such, and they were really complaining about the fact that there wasn't any dryers. So I may hide the dryers with the lockers. So we'll see about that. Where's the vlog of this? On my channel and Corvus's, obviously. I don't think we've talked about that during the vlog, but yeah, it's the one from 2023, the second one in my case, the one between the Wallaby Belgium vlog and the Disneyland Paris vlog. I have a Disneyland Paris video on my channel. That's crazy to think about. I feel like we are doing toilets wrong in Germany. You can be happy if they're... You can't be happy. This is disgusting, Hendrik. I don't know, you're humanity sometimes is the grossest thing ever. Right, so we have lockers and showers. I think we need some sort of restaurant, like, I want to say here. So let's say fishing company. Hold on, let me check my notes. There we go. Then somewhere around here, I want my investors club, and that's where all of your donations and your gifted memberships will go at the end of the project. The investors club is probably going to be our high-end restaurant, and probably where we have our spa and saunas, and if we ever do those. Let's put it here. Junior structure. Oops. With bucket. And that way you can see how I plan my parks as well. Usually I just put white text all over the place until I get things done. With bucket, you know, the tipping buckets that we always see. Then somewhere I'm not entirely sure actually. I feel like, yeah, somewhere over here should be Sky Skipper, the water coaster that I was talking about. Water coaster. I think somewhere around here, maybe? Yeah, no, that might be... I really want somewhere central, like... So this will be the entrance to the lazy river. I feel like no. No. This should go a little bit more to the right. And the lazy river should go over there. Then you'd have the skyscraper thing. And this are gonna be our dive troopers. which are um, or maybe there. Yeah, somewhere around here. It's gonna be really odd though, because we're gonna have the dive troopers and, well, the most intense slides um, where the junior structures are going to be. So that's gonna be really fun. Dive troopers, trapdoor slides. There we go. So how many slides do we have so far? So we have the Tesla Tower, we have probably a few in the junior structure, we'll see. Um, Dive Trooper, so that's probably 2. So let's say 1, 4, 6, 7. Then I want tooling slides called Twisted Fates. Probably somewhere around here. Oops. These ones will definitely be dueling. So Twisted. This is something I found totally randomly as I was looking on YouTube, like, I don't know, inspiration from water parks in the world. Basically, it's this water slide. I don't know the name of the water slide, unfortunately, or where it's from, but it's this water slide that kind of goes in wraps around itself, kind of like a braid, and it's really pretty. I don't know what the force is or how well it would ride in real life, but I'm really interested, sorry, in doing something like that. So this is where our scientific alchemically area is going to come into play. I feel like we have a massive empty space here. So maybe the fishing company should go over there, even though I feel like the fishing company... Yeah, no, the fishing company should go there. We already have the investors club over there. So, So how about the dive troopers are actually here? Because they're going to be our tallest slides, I think. Hey Blue Jay, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream, man. Any other ideas, guys? I feel like we need toilets as well. Toilets are really important. Toilets here. Toilets probably on the other end here. We got jacuzzis, probably somewhere around here, yes. So if you remember in the earlier streams, I was saying that the dark area was going to be around fortune tellers and whatnot. I've basically, I've not abandoned the idea of fortune tellers or a sketchy alley, but I really wanted to be around sketchy sign stuff, which is what Twisted Fates is all going to be about. Jacuzzis, yes, jacuzzis is a great place. The tipping bucket is going to be all the way in the shipyard. This is the big figure of eight pool that I've done essentially. Jacuzzi, how do you write jacuzzi? This is how you write it. There we go. Plural, that'd be nice. There we go. Probably around here, I suppose. Or here. I don't know. It's probably gonna lack in the slide department, this place. So how many slides do we have? We have the Tesla Tower, a few here, 2 here. So that's let's say 6, 7, 9. I'd really like at least one more. Do people bring their own towels, or will there be a handout area? No, it's gonna be their own towels. It's actually pretty rare that WATERPARK do give towels, or at least for free, you know. Usually they're an add-on. It's not yours to worry about, Wonky Builder. This is the kind of thing that I should worry about, but not you. Let's see. Jumping tower, not in this park. Swim up bar, probably somewhere in Alchemic Alley. Definitely do need a bar though. I probably... Let's get rid of Jacuzzi's idea and merge the two, like adult pools. Let's say bubble bath. Swim up bar. There we go. Group this together and make it go down a little. Probably somewhere around here, right? It's gotta be a tight squeeze, but it might be able to work. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know what to put on in that corner, but I think it's nice to leave some places free, just in case we can do some things. But yeah, any other ideas that you guys might wanna see me try? I don't have a mat racing slide, but I don't think I'll be able to fit one somewhere. Trying to find somewhere. No, because here is going to be the end of the skyscraper water coaster. This is going to be the Investors Club. Toilets here. Twisted Fates is going to be all the way down here, I suppose. I suppose we could try fitting some mat slides here, but it's not going to be very interesting. Like, they're going to be straight mat slides, and I'm not really interested in those. I'd much rather do, like, save the mat slides for something a la Rulantica, with I'm not entirely sure how it's called, that one, but the one with the, I think it's like 8 or 12 people that can ride it, or 10 maybe even. It's like the longest mat slide in the world, and it's like absolutely amazing. By the way, highly recommend it. What are your thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters? I've no idea what this is, and I'm not really interested. Can one of the slides be loosely linked to the underground? I suppose Twisted Fate is kind of going to end in the underground section of the city, because you have to realize that the main level of the city is kind of going to be this level. So everything that's going on underneath is going to be either an old harbor that's been repurposed to, or shipyard, to accommodate for, zeppelins and blimps and airships and that sort of steampunk stuff in a flooded, I don't want to say Victorian city, but steampunk city at the very least. And and yeah, everything that's underneath that is kind of going to be more underground. It's more going to have that underground, lawless quality to it, and kind of dirty, I suppose, quality to it. So, for example, here you have the Investors Club that's going to be on the main floor. But then, if you go down, you'll be able to have the junior structure, the lazy river. That's remember at the very beginning of the project, I was like, oh, I really want to have a river Thames. I don't know. You get my meaning. A river Thames, lazy river, which is totally disgusting, but I love the idea, and it's kind of going in the ah, I forgot the word. In the I don't have the word. In the sewers. There we go. My goodness. I had the word in French. I didn't have it in English. It's fine. It happens. A free fall slide technically is our dive troopers are kind of that. Oh, free fall slide. You mean like a yeah, I get what you mean. I I yeah, kind of. It doesn't take that much space, so I could do that. I don't want to crowd it too much, because there's going to be theming all the way around the place. Aqua Gym. Can you imagine, like, little grandmas coming to SteamTown Aquapark for their Aqua Gym? No, that's not this kind of park. Yeah, I think that'll kind of do it for this stream, if I'm honest. I just wanted to plan everything, and I'm probably going to start building now. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Should we maybe plan the paths, the pathing? Don't know if that's a good idea. Hold on. Ooh, definitely not. I don't know because otherwise it's gonna be such a massive work, and I feel like if I do it on stream, it's not gonna be good work. But yeah, I've told you it was going to be a small stream today, a short stream. Sorry, it's only been an hour and a half. I'm really tired these days. I'm not gonna lie. I I need my beauty sleep. Well, the problem with the building on stream is that I build so slowly that I'm only able to do, this kind of stuff, like the changing rooms. And I'm I have so much to do to get everything ready. Mainly the massive structure of the old warehouse that I have to do. So I think I'd rather get this ready for next stream and like end the August streams with a bang, rather than um, just do some random thing and 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 not be very productive. So you know what? I'm just gonna save there, but stick around because I really want to show you guys something, which is what I've been working on Bellefleur. Little bit of a sneak peek at what's to come on Bellefleur, even though it's gonna come pretty in a few weeks, if not months, with what I've discussed earlier in the stream. If everything goes to plan. So yes, I've kind of been tweaking and playing with a lot of ideas on Bellefleur, and I know that I want a Gerstlauer bobsled. Um, Problem is, I've tried a few things. So this is my current attempt, and this is my previous attempt. Hey Dan, welcome to the stream, man. Right on time for discovering what I've been doing on Bellefleur. Let me take a sip of water while it. And that was the original idea with the coaster. I really wanted to do a dueling old Gerstlauer bobsled. When I say old, it's like old style, the early 2000s kind of bobsleds that we find. And the layouts are great, but the problem is the terrain is not working out, and so I've decided to kind of stop working on this one. And honestly, I'm doing back and forth. So I've saved the two of them, and I kind of wanted to get you guys' opinion on all of this, like whether you like this version better or whether you like the well. To be fair, the new version is not much at the moment, but it's you know more free. And this one you can't really place any trees or any scenery anywhere, so it's a bit of a conundrum, this one. Even though I really like the mirrored dueling aspect, I think it's really really cool. I've seen it, Creations MC. I see big messages. It's just that I'm not interested in that movie. I'm sorry. And yeah. So anyway, what are your thoughts on whether I should use this version or whether you like the other more free version? You know, not free, but like more open version because I'm kind of torn between the two. Like I really like the work that I've done on the dueling one. Yes, exactly, Dan. The idea behind the dueling ones is that it's more an old style of dueling coaster, and in the sense that it's more um, mirrored, kind of like an old Mac Wild Mouse. I think the Bobbejaanland Wild Mouse used to be two of them, but like mirrored, and so they used to not really duel. They just like started with the lift hill next to one another, and then they would go on their merry way. I have maybe a few interactions, but that's about it. And that other one is kind of the same. You know, they started here and then have a bit of an interaction over there, and that was it. But I think I like this. I'm leaning towards this at the moment more, just because the sight line is going to be a bit more open, whereas the other one is gonna have like those two big station buildings that are um, a bit obstructing the view, and the view would be the coasters anyway. So I don't know how good that would look, honestly. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, right. Coaster one. There we go. Do I have the option to do a poll in chat? I don't think I do, no. But it seems that you guys like the single one better. And since I'd rather keep that on the hush hush, I'd rather just keep it in the stream, not do a post or a poll in the Discord. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the vehicles for that. They're sleds, actual sleds. And so the idea is, well, behind the dueling version at the very least, it's that there are two grandfathers that are basically wood carvers. Yeah, that's how you call that profession, that occupation. Sorry, and yeah, essentially they're like old now, they're grandfathers, and so they make those sleds for their grandchildren to compete. And what's funny is that they do race essentially between the two families, and it's great. And so the coasters would have been called Richard and Roland. Richard is my grandfather, and Roland is a reference to Roland Mack, obviously. So that's a little funny Easter egg here. But I think I'm gonna have to rework the storyline if I go with the single one because you guys really feel like you're more into the freer view one. They look like they're smiling. Yeah, that was a very conscious choice. That's for sure. At first, I had lights because you know the problem with those cars is that they emit light if I put it to night. There you go. And so I wanted actual lights to be on each sides, and it didn't really look sleddy enough, if that makes any sense. It didn't look like a proper sled, sorry. So I decided to get rid of them. But when they were here, it was even better because this thing looked like a mustache, and then you'd have the eyes here and the smiling mouth here. But yeah, I really really like the way this looks. You wouldn't even know that this is a multiverse coaster with this. So I'm really really happy. Yeah, the grandfather story could stay with the non-dueling section. I just really like the Richard and Roland name because it really was inspired by Max and Moritz at Efteling, which is a sort of similar story structure essentially, where two kids are kind of inventors and they do those races with their inventions, which is pretty cool. Roland could be the grandchild, yeah, but um, the idea behind the the fact that both of them were grandfathers is that you, the writer, were the grandchild. That was the beautiful thing around this. So maybe not, maybe not. Thanks, Mineral. And yes, this one is. I've only done the little wild mousy section on top of here. You know what? Since we're kind of throwing this one into the bin, might as well give you guys a little POV of these two. I really like the kinetic energy of those rides. Yes, Dan, I definitely plan on doing this. I think this is also what was missing from this version as well. Like you see, I've done those very sharp dips that you usually see on those types of rides, but I really wanted to include a straight section of little airtime bumps, and I couldn't find a way to do that, but I'll definitely try with the other one now that I have essentially more room to work with. Whoops. One in the station. Ah, missed one. That's fine. And let's go here. Now, don't worry, miss. I'll figure something out. That's where you have your second dueling moment, and then they kind of go on their separate ways and do their own layout, even though it's mirrored on either sides. And I think the layout is pretty cool. It's just kind of weird and not working well for the terrain coaster aspect that I really wanted to have. Yeah, I'll definitely keep the woodcarver story, grandfather story as well. I think it's a nice homage to my grandpa, which is the whole idea behind the ride, by the way. I'd probably just, use the Richard name, and I don't know, maybe the kids of the village could do some test runs on the slides that he's done, and a sled, sorry, that he's done, and I don't know, we could find something like this. I just noticed that the rope wasn't on every single thing, so you know what? Let's do some life changes to that. And then I guess I'll just end the stream because yeah, I'm not much in a building mood. That's why I wanted to do the planning tonight. I'm very much having an existential, sorry, existential crisis since I turned 25, and realizing that I would not have the funds for the PC as easily as I thought I would. There we go. Apply to all trains. And I think something that could be fun as well is do different colors and different details on every single sled. Have a base sled and kind of customize them all. Build some silly ideas from the chat instead. I could, yeah, I could do something else. I could do something else. I'm a bit nervous that I would like override the SteamTown saves though if I started building something else. So maybe not. Maybe not. But I have another project that I've started working on from afar. Again, it's really hard these days to get really inspired by anything. Not inspired. That's not true. I'm really inspired. In the mood of building essentially. But I've also started building this, which is a sci-fi coaster that I really wanted to try. And I'll show you guys this, and then we'll actually end the stream. There we go. So it's yet another Vekoma launch coaster, but this one is really interesting. It's a mega launch lift tail coaster, which is going to be interesting. So it's not smoothed. And it's called Ad Astra, like the Brad Pitt movie, if anyone knows this film. And it's really cool. Like I have this whole idea for the station and the theming and all of this. It's still gonna be a mega coaster, so the outside is not gonna be themed like most mega coasters wouldn't be. But yeah, that's the whole idea. I started doing the layout, but I'm not sure I should have started with this. This is obviously not final. This is like very early stuff. I should, you know what? Give you a little POV of what I've done so far. Let's just move this all. And it's really funny because when you come out of the launch here, you kind of have this floating feeling of a camelback, which is very unique, I find. Then you go into the layout. And I really want to have some unique elements for the layout as well, like not make it a conventional mega coaster, especially because Vekoma really hasn't built a lot of mega coasters. There's Phoenix and Lake Coaster as well, but you know they're not like conventional mega coasters. They're more inversion focused. Whereas this, I really want to make it as close to a mega coaster, conventional mega coaster as I can, essentially. Yeah, the launch lift hill is really fun, and the airtime camelback looking first drop is really fun as well. You can imagine how floaty it would be to be here, and then you go inside your high G turn here. I think it's fun. Like it's a good concept. I just have to spend more time on it and refine it. I This is something that I wanted to keep for after Bellflower, but the problem with Bellflower and anything at the moment is that I'm not really into the mood for building. This is kind of the first time it has happened to me since the beginning of Planet Coaster 2, and it's probably because my head is a little bit messed up with what I've explained earlier in the stream with not getting the money quick enough for the PC, and so wanting to take a job. And once I'll be able to figure all that out, I'm sure that things will snap back into place, and I'll be able to work again. So we'll see. I'll apply tomorrow. It's pretty easy to apply there, so we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to speed on what is happening in my life, essentially. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining this very, very short stream. I'm really sorry that it's so short. It's not the usual quality that I do on the channel, but it's sometimes it's just the way it is, and the stream was already planned weeks ago, so I had to go through with it. Hopefully next week it's going to be a little bit different, and we're going to be able to do different things. Probably the lockers and the showers, hopefully, if not the actual structure of the warehouse on SteamTown. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for your generosity. Again, this means the world to me. And I'll see you guys next week for not only our thoughts on the Unlocked, because that'll be fun as always, but also for another episode of another stream, not episode, sorry, of SteamTown. See you guys. Sleep well if you're a European, and have a good afternoon if you're American. See you guys. Love you.